Hey y'all, so I'm doing a virtual learning class today. That means someone's taking over my pod. So I have no idea what my pod is going to look like when I get back because everybody works differently. And most of the time, like a charge nurse, if they haven't been working the floor in a while, then you come back and your pod is in a little bit of shambles. So that's going to be interesting to see how that works out. But enjoy while I tell y'all what we learned. Hey y'all. Okay, so I just finished one of my virtual learning classes and I wanted to share some things with y'all while it's fresh on my mind. So this was the patient safety class or whatnot. It was a lot in there. I tried to stay woke. I can't sit at a desk for too long, so without bobbing and weaving ahead. But anyways, a couple of things that she mentioned was if you having beeping at the end of your patient's treatment. So you're rinsing them back, you're getting ready to rinse them back or whatnot. She was saying that if you're having a bunch of beeping with that, then you should probably turn your blood pump off first, then clamp your lines. She said that she was clamping her lines first, and then that was sending an alarm because, of course, if there's a kink in the line or anything like that, then your machine's going to alarm. So think about that while you are taking your patient off, while you're rinsing them back. If like your machine just keeps going off and you're like, shut up. Okay. Also, she mentioned that if your conductivity spikes, are you standing on your lines? Are you standing on the acid and bicarb lines? Is your machine wheel on the line? And then also if you have buy bags like I do, make sure your buy bag, the area where you plug the buy bag in, make sure it's not cruddy and all jacked up. What else did she mention? She mentioned one of the questions on the exam. So if you haven't done your exam yet, just think about the things that you do on the floor and you'll be fine. Do not overthink your questions. I'll do another video on certain things that I studied the last time I took my test, which was like a week ago, just to refresh my mind because I was nervous too. But one thing that she said, like if the test asks a question, and this is not your national test, this is for the company dialysis test. Because if you don't pass that, then you can't work. Not at the company that you've been training at. You go somewhere else and try it. But every company has a company test. Fresenius, I'm about to say Decatur, DaVita, and US Renal. Those are the top three that I know for sure have company tests. So, or you know what? I lied. Sorry. Fresenius and US Renal. I don't know if DaVita has one. Okay. Let me just say that because I have not worked for them. Dang, what was the question? Oh, it's going to ask a question about, I had to find it on my notes, about the testing. So it'll say, what type of test do the biomed do? Now, I remember this question on the test. The answer is functional testing. Because I remember looking at the selection of answers and I don't remember what they were. But I remember looking at them like, this is stupid. But the answer is functional testing. Biomeds do functional testing on the machines. So the machines can function. They try to reword things to really make you like think, but it's really, you just got to learn the terminology of whatever company you're with. One other thing before I go, because I got to go to the floor, they mentioned to watch your TMP and your KECN. This is mainly for Fresenius. US Renal, I don't remember paying attention to the KECN. Fresenius does. So basically, your TMP helps you to see if your patient is clotting. If your TMP is decreasing and fluctuating and acting funny, then your patient is clotting. That means they could need a flush of like 100 of the saline, 100 ml of saline. Make sure you chart that. Well, really make sure you notify your RN before you do anything with that. But that could be they need a flush, or their heparin needs to be evaluated. But the flush typically is for patients who don't get heparin. They either don't get it because they're allergic to it, or it could even be just because the traditional heparin, I want to say, has pork in it. Weird, right? Anyways, there's that. That's all I can think of. Oh, it was one more thing. She mentioned orthostatic hypotension, and this is for when the patient stands up, they're fine. You take their blood pressure, that last blood pressure, they're standing, they're good. They get to the scale, they're good. But she asked the question of like, what could be a way or a reason that a patient would fall outside of the center? It would be their blood pressure dropping. Even though it was fine when they were with you, but some patients, it still takes their body hours to adjust, even if they've been on dialysis for a while. So I just want y'all to pay attention to those things. And I look forward to speaking with y'all later. Bye.